This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of another purge of the BS, sanctioned by the First Amendment. Frustration levels 0 to 100 have been authorized for use during this purge. All weapons are restricted. Government officials have not been granted immunity from the purge of the BS and shall undoubtedly receive the smoke. Commencing at the sound of the gong, any and all BS, especially unnecessary goofiness, will be purged without consequence. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be available, but they will be busy because they too will be watching the purge of the BS. Blessed be those who have already been victims of some BS. May God be with you all.
We can enter any home we want, and we will not. His wanting is our will on this fine night. Don't force us to hurt you. He's just a purge. To the insanity.
You better find someplace else to go.
I got a wicked sweet tooth tonight. And I want my candy back.
Welcome once again to another Purge of the BS. Thank y'all for coming in early. Jeez, y'all made me wake up and get ready for y'all, huh? Shouts to my man Sonny Bricks throwing an early super chat in the joint while the prelims were on. I hope that's a sign of a good time today. Shouts to Kelly Correct stopping in, Sebastian Falega, IMZ, I know she's watching, and everybody else that comes in on the sidelines. Thank y'all for coming to the game. We get ready to play. So today, we are going to cover topic of the code, the loyalty code, because there's been a lot of questions about that later, to stop snitching and who's fam with who, but I'm not going to put y'all through all of that. We are going to purge some BS today. So thank you, of course, for coming on in. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Go ahead and share the live on your respective forums, whether it be Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Get everybody into the chat, because we're going to have some discussions today that I like to have people around for. But once again, thank you guys for stopping in. This applause is you. Not me. No. You. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So we're going to jump into this thing early. We're going to jump into it fast. We're going to hit it hard. Pause. And I was going to start with Elon Musk. We're going to get to him in just a moment. But there was an AI AO that was sent to me. Anybody that hasn't been on the show, we have sometimes a segment where I'll put up something that's AI and be like, that's not just AI. That's AO, okay? So this is an AI AO coming at you early on regarding let me see what it is here. So Looks like a news report by AI News. I don't know any other way to describe this. But I'm just telling y'all, man, this AI thing definitely taking over. And I don't know how I feel about it. I'm good with entertainment. That's me. I love things that entertain, right? But some stuff
I was wearing my race blockers, which is the right thing to do.
I love technology. I've been working in it for years. But some of the stuff be getting out of line. And I just want to take you for a moment, fast forward you into the future where people don't make the content. I generate prompts from people. I want y'all to see from the Nothing Was Learned channel on YouTube. Shouts to them for putting up their content. All right, now before I get to going, I just got to make sure somebody throw me a 1 in the chat. Let me know that my audio is good. You guys can hear me well, because I'm only going to say this thing once. Okay? Just in case y'all didn't know. Say it once. So this is the White Liberal News. This is generated by VO3. Now, granted, I am not sponsored by VO3, so if you purchase it, use it, that's on you. Not necessarily saying you should, but I'm just saying the product that you're going to get from it.
I was wearing my race blockers, which is the right thing to do. But the point is that I shouldn't have been a victim of a crime. I'm a rich white woman. Again, I'm rich. Good evening. This is White Liberal News, and fascists are blaming me for voting for policies they claim are now impacting me. I vote how good people vote. That's not the point. Not only am I rich, but I'm liberal. I vote for open borders and climate or whatever, so this shouldn't happen to me. Yeah, of course you bring up defund the police. What does that have to do with some homeless Chicano grabbing my ass? Fine, we'll go again.
This is actually
Good evening.
Really
this is White Liberal News, and we want you to brag about being educated even if you don't know anything. Many actors, talk show hosts, and has-beens are finally fleeing this awful country. But how do they decide where to go? We go to Viswanathan Ravindrakumar.
Thanks, Karen. I'm here at the POC LGBTQ2S and Women's Tech Convention. Let me show you some of the innovation.
I thought you were covering how celebs know where to go to escape MAGA.
Karen, there is a demo here that takes your country of origin and it shows you options. But seriously, it just gives you wider countries. You don't need the app.
Really?
Yes. Let's say you're an LGBTQ female talk show host in America. Head to Europe.
What about a diverse example?
It's very simple. Africans just need to avoid all 50+ countries in their continent and head to Europe. Can I show you some cool tech now?
Not really. Tech for me is much like sports. I have no interest in either one other than complaining that they don't pay women enough. Thanks, Viswanathan Ravindrakumar. Speaking of Indians, we are proud to show you a segment of our special interview with a candidate who never won a primary but wants to be president. What message do you have for people who've lost faith in politics?
I understand
The frustration
and the disappointment, but the politics is still on the way.
we shape the future together. Our message is don't walk away, get involved,
they got a little
demand
editing
better,
mistake
and help
there.
build the future that you want to see.
Yes,
called
this is
the
all
eye
AI,
smart.
Sebastian.
It doesn't really do anything, but for the
I don't get ads. Must be part of the video.
low price of $40,000, you can tell people, eye smart.
Yeah, I'll have to
Wow.
hire security now. Out of my own pockets. Breaking news, and this is so good for us. I'm getting excited. A white cop shot an unarmed black man. So wait, you entered his apartment and shot him?
Yes, while he was on the couch.
Yo, this is actually kind of scary. Like I get that it's AI, but like if you didn't know this was AI, you might actually think this was a real news story with real people, and these are all just AI-generated VO3 prompts.
Luckily for you, you're a woman. Otherwise, this story would have been 24/7.
I'll just say I thought he broke into my apartment and bought new furniture and rearranged the layout.
Inform me when it's not a white male. Our narrative is that female cops are not liabilities. A white male gets us George Floyd. This gets us forgotten coverage. We have to do a better job of reaching out to the young white men.
I wonder. I'm going to pause it right there because we've seen enough. This is, first of all, it's too good. It's too good. You get a whole bunch of news things like this, and before you know it, you're not going to know what's real and what's not. Like, this is it's meant to be satire. That's why they gave the woman purple hair and all these other things. But if you just look at the quality of the video, like, you could really be fooled with this. And I got a couple of channels that I follow now that are actually AI channels. I got one channel, there's a lady named Julia McCoy. Look her up. She uses an AI avatar to do her videos, but it looks just like her, but it's AI. So she writes the script, and she did a voice cloning, and she literally has a clone of herself doing her show or doing her videos. It's awesome to me. I wish I could do that, but I don't think it would be right if I didn't bring myself here physically, But make sure that y'all, if you're into AI generation, check out this VO3 thing, and don't do nothing nefarious with it, please, because they don't have enough regulations around it right now. So that's part of the problem, is it's not regulated well, so you can come up with these news stories that to the wrong person might seem like a real news story. And even though they tried to add some comedy to it in some of the captions so that you would say, oh, there's no way that this is real, the truth of the matter is not everybody's mind is that tight, So they'll see something like this and be like, man, I saw this news coverage of a lady shot somebody in their apartment or whatever. Whatever they want the narrative to be, they can literally change it into an AI-generated video that's so real that you won't know the difference. So just keep your eyes open, guys, because it's coming. Before you know it, pause. Just keep a lookout, all right? There's things on the way. I'll say it that way. But I'm ready. I hope y'all are ready. I'm ready. I already know what's coming. Pause. So I'm ready. So let's move back into our next thing. I'm going to get to Elon, but this just came to me earlier, and I said, man, I got to show this to the folks because it's getting crazy out here. It is getting crazy out. All right, so this next clip, I'm going to bring this to the folks that are Elon Musk fans. So Elon puts up this clip of a gentleman named Scott Adams giving us the cure for laziness. Now, I will say this. The information in and of itself, I don't have an issue with. I'm not a big fan of Scott Adams because of something else he did, and we'll get to that in just a moment. And No Reply, thank you for stopping in. I see No Reply that stopped into the chat as well. Get that gong for you. That gong's for you, No Reply. No Reply is like the resident information person. Just be having all types of random information, dropping it in the chat, making sure that we stay informed on situations and things like that. So I appreciate No Reply coming through. So sometimes No Reply gets a little wild, but I appreciate it. I really do. So in this next segment here, like I said, Elon Musk reposted a video from Scott Adams. For those of you that don't know who Scott Adams is, I think he owns something. He's important to somebody. And so they're always doing little coverage of him and things that he's saying, like it's all profound stuff that he's saying or whatever, right? So in this one, he decides to give us the cure for laziness. So let's see if you guys agree on this cure for laziness. Bear with me. So we're going to speed this up a little bit too. Speed this one up a little bit. All right, check this out. So the caption that he put up says, this guy literally explained how some people never feel lazy and how to copy them in 2 minutes. So give me 2 minutes of your time here, and let's see what he's talking about.
What if laziness is a habit of thinking about the cost of things or the effort instead of thinking about the payoff? I'm going to say it again to get a few more heads to explode.
Yeah, go ahead.
What if laziness is nothing but a habit of thinking about the effort instead of thinking about the outcome? What if you could reverse laziness by simply developing a habit of thinking more about the, let's say, the delicious food that you would like to enjoy instead of how long it would take you to get up and go get it?
To get up and go get it. I would venture to say for us regular people, phrasing should have been how long it would take you to make it or cook it. He said how long it would take you to get up and go get it. So we're talking about what? Food that's already prepared or DoorDash that's outside. If you're too lazy to go grab food that's already prepared, then yes, you're just lazy. There's no cure for that. There's nothing that we can do to help you. I'm sorry. You are the weakest link. So I'll let him continue, but I just thought it's a very rich person-y for him to say, yeah, the food you got to go get. No, not food you got to make. Because most people don't want to cook because they don't feel like cooking. They definitely want the food that comes at the end of it, but they don't want the job process to happen. And I think he makes a point there. Like I said, I don't like this guy, but he makes a good point.
So, but the real question is, if you were to test this at home and try to see if you can think more about the good outcome and less about the work, would you get it done? Why is it that people have a second child? Why does a woman who goes through this awful, awful childbirth have a second child?
Because they like sex. Oh, I'm wrong. Sorry.
Don't they always say the same thing? If I remembered how bad this was, I wouldn't do it again. Right? So the not thinking about the effort is vital to actually the survival of humanity. If we focused on how hard it was to have a baby, you just wouldn't do it, or you do too little of it. But if you focus on how awesome it would be to have a family, well, there you go. You're going to go through the pain because you've already committed. Am I ambitious, or do I simply have a thinking habit which produces dopamine because I'm thinking about the positive outcome? And is the dopamine the thing that gets me up and moving? And when you're observing me, you say, how the hell do you get so much done? Right? And how do I do it? I think it's just this. When I think of all the things I do, I think about them in terms of their benefits. So here's your tip. It's going to change some of your lives.
All right. So that was Scott Adams saying that wonderful information regarding the cure for laziness. But Scott Adams also said this.
So if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me.
Same guy.
According to this poll, that's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them.
So he's the same person that said black people are a hate group. Like black people, just black people. Like he wasn't even specific about like hood niggas or like nothing, Just black people in general are a hate group. That's the same guy. So he gave some good information on the first video, but this video, sorry, bro, don't like it.
And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population, because unfortunately there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon, by the way.
Hold on. It's according to Don Lemon. So that means that it has to be law, because Don Lemon is black. And if Don Lemon says it must be.
I'm just quoting Don Lemon.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
When he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference.
Why are you saying
in
even Don Lemon, like he's from the hood or something? Like even Don Lemon saying this, like he's the speaker of all blackness. Sorry, I'm just wondering why he chose Don Lemon as the person to kind of hang everything on, as if that was going to make people say, you know what? If Don Lemon said it, then you know what? Black people are a hate group. Now, this whole thing he's saying about being in different neighborhoods, there is definitely some truth to that, but it depends on where the neighborhood is. So let's just say you have a predominantly black, upper middle class neighborhood. It's not like the lower class neighborhood. See what I'm saying? He seems to be talking about the lower class neighborhood. Upper class people just are what they are. They got their money together. They ain't out there bothering nobody. They washing their cars on Saturday. They could be black or white, but it has to do with the monetary system or the monetary level that they're in. And then they live in certain places, and that's what happens. But this guy, like I said, he also said something profound about laziness, which I agree with. I don't agree with him on the statement that black people are a hate group. That sounds stupid to me. And if they are hating, why are they hating? Maybe it was from the 400-something years of slavery or some of that other stuff that happened. Maybe there's a little bit of sore wounds there. Maybe, just maybe, possibly. But I don't think black people are a hate group. If they hate anybody, they hate themselves. I'm gonna be real. Like the way that we deal with each other, the way that we talk to each other, the way that we threaten each other, the way that we talk about killing and murdering and da-da-da-da-da, that's us versus us. So if we're a hate group, we're hating on ourselves, not anyone else. We don't even have the power to do anything real serious with that. So Scott Adams can kind of kiss my ass on that one, but I do believe that he is correct about the cure for laziness. And that's simply because I know people that struggle with the same thing. It's not that they don't want the outcome. It's that they view the process as work. And a lot of people don't like to work. So if the process to the outcome is looking like work, they ain't trying to do it. So what you have to do is you got to remove the whole work thing. Because none of us really like working, but most of us show up every day to somebody's job and punch a clock for somebody. Most of us. There's always the entrepreneurs. Congratulations to y'all for being able to do it on your own. But for most people, we got to do what we got to do. So I don't believe that laziness is inherited. I think it's just a difference of motivation. Me, personally, I'm motivated by the end result. I try not to pay attention to how much time it takes to do things. I don't even like when people give me a timetable. If I say, how long does it take to create X, Y, Z? I don't like when they say, oh, man, it's going to take you about 5-10 years. Nah, I don't want to hear nothing like that. I just want to hear, is the idea a good one, and is it worth investing my time into it? And if the answer to that is yes, then I'm all in. Even this content creation stuff. You know, on this channel, we have almost 1,500 pieces of video on this channel, from shorts to chop videos to these lives that we're doing. 1,500 in a little over a year and a half. So obviously, I ain't worried about them numbers. I get it done over here, okay? We gets it done over here at Purge the BS. So just keep in mind, if you feel like you're being lazy, maybe you take into account what Scott Adams is saying, other than the black hate group thing. Take that away. But the other part about the laziness, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I think he's got a good point. But also you got to remember he said some other stuff. So I also wondered why nobody checked Elon for posting the message from the same person that said this message about black people being a hate group. Nobody said, hey, Elon, that's a cool message, but you also know the same dude was talking a lot of bullshit too, right? He may be right. You know, a broken clock is right twice a day if it's analog. You know, if it's a regular clock with the hands on it, it's right twice a day. If it's a digital clock, it's right once a day. So I'm just being honest with you. I'm not a big fan of this dude. I just think you guys should listen to the whole thing about laziness, because that's part of our problem. As a society, a lot of us are afraid of the work it takes to get certain things. And that fear keeps us in very minimal successes for the entirety of our lives. And then you wake up, you're like 65, 70 years old, and you realize you never really did anything. You never really worked hard to try to complete or create something. So I'm not going out like that, me personally. But if you are, then you probably shouldn't be on this channel. We're productive over here. It's about productivity. It's about changing the future by doing certain things today. So get out of that guy. Pause. Enough with Scott Adams. I'm done with him. All right, let's move it on. So this next clip, okay, this is an interesting one. This came to me yesterday. And you know, the thing about these clips sometimes is they'll come to me at a certain time, but it will have been from another time. And maybe I just didn't see it the first time it was up. So forgive me if you've seen this before. But apparently, this video is going viral right now of this lady who approaches another young lady for doing sleepovers with her husband. Now, before I get into that, y'all already know how I feel about these situations. I always seem to find these clips where the anger to me is misdirected. Like if your husband that's your husband or wife, depending on your situation. Your husband is sleeping with someone, your anger should be directed towards the husband first, not the person that they're sleeping with. Now, even if that, granted, the person might know that that other person is married and they are dirty for that, but the anger needs to be directed at the person that made the promise first. You want to talk to the other person later, you can, but initially, the anger needs to be directed at the right person. So, second here, let me set this one up. That, we got that. Longer than I. You know what's funny? I guess I have a short attention span too. Because anything that's like more than 2 or 3 minutes as a video, I'm like, ah. But it might be a good video. So let's just see what they're talking about. Let's see what they're talking about. Hold on, my chat didn't scroll. I missed a bunch of chats over here. Sorry, guys. Damn, no reply gives so much information. Y'all read the thing no reply put in there for that information, because I can't read it right now myself. So basically, this woman stopped an Uber. So I guess the woman was getting an Uber, and this other lady comes and stops the Uber for some reason to talk to this woman. So let's see what we got here. Trying to bring it over. I'm gonna speed it up. Now y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I keep saying that the anger always seems to be misdirected. At least as far as I'm concerned, I think that the anger should be directed at the person that makes promises before you go messing with this young lady. But I also want to say, fathers, parents, mothers, whatever. Your 19-year-old is out there sleeping with a 50-year-old. You might need to tighten up as a parent. I've heard a couple of stories recently about these young ladies around 19, 20 years old, hooking up with these older dudes, come up missing, and they find them on the side of the highway. I've heard 2 stories in the last week with the same exact MO. So, parents, I know 19 is just above that of age thing, but parents, y'all need to get it together. Stop having your 19-year-old daughters out here in the streets messing with these old-ass dudes. The only person that's going to get a win from messing with these old-ass dudes is the lady that messed with Shannon Sharp. That's the only one that's winning on that. So let's check the clip out.
We got to go. I'm sorry, man.
Did you know he was married?
I have to roll the window up. I don't want to.
Hold on. Did you know he was married?
Not hold on.
Did you know he was married?
If she's not going to answer, why you keep
Just be a
asking her?
grown-up, girl. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. I'm not. You look very young. Don't let him manipulate you. Don't let him do it. He still lives with me. He still lives with me. We're still married. We have a 15-year-old daughter together. If I were you, I would strongly stay away from him. Not because he's married, because he's lying to you. He's lying to you. I don't know what makes you think
she doesn't seem to care at all. I'll say that.
Everything what? I can't hear.
Oh, she said she already knew that.
Yeah. Can you turn it down? I can hear if you don't mind.
First of all, if you're an Uber driver, I'm pulling off. I don't have time for this. I got to get to my next fare. I don't have time for this, ladies. If you want to get out and have this conversation, you can. But I'm an Uber driver. I'm on a schedule, and I need this over with. And they're going to take up 4 minutes of my time. I'm not for it. Actually, 3 minutes.
You know? You didn't know that he was married? I did. He told you? And what did he tell you? That we were married? And let me guess.
He doesn't care.
Divorced? So you're okay with... So he told you were married. Why did you go sleep with him?
She don't care.
So you just spent the night at his house, but you... But why would you do that to yourself if you know he's married? Why would you do that to yourself? You're not the first, sweetheart. You're not.
I expect to be the last or the first. I don't.
But what draw you?
I don't know what you think me and George are. I really don't.
So why did you spend the night then?
Because you were banging on the door.
Because what?
You were banging on the door all night.
But why though?
I don't know. That's between you and George. That's not between me and you.
But
That's between you
why
and George.
would you be there if he's married? That's my question. You're gonna sit here and tell me that you spent the night and you slept on the couch. That's not true. It's not, honey. Don't lie to me. But I'm telling you, as a grown-ass woman, you look very young. You're beautiful. Don't get your ass tied up with someone who's married.
I mean, she's right about it, but I'm just saying she's focused in the other direction, is all I'm saying. But this young lady, I'm sure if she's messing with somebody 50 plus, he's making sure she got a couple dollars in her pocket. And as far as she's concerned, why does she care about his marriage? He didn't care about it. So why should she care about it? I mean, there are some people who have that moral compass, especially normally a little older than 19, but there are people that don't mess with married people. So she ain't one of them, though. So this lady needs to stop talking to her like she's expecting her to all of a sudden snap into, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. She's already shown she does not care. But I'll let her continue talking to her.
He's not going to divorce me. He's not.
I don't want you to divorce me.
But still, you should know better than that. Why would you go and stay the night at a married man's house?
That's not his house.
That's not his house. You're right. It's his mom's, which is...
Oh, he's at his mama house? Now, hold up now. Now we got another problem, okay? If you're married, I'm sure your mother knows that, right? You're married, I'm sure your mama knows that. So if you are 50 years old, going over to your mother's house with some 19-year-old girl, hey, old school mamas wasn't having that. This is some new school shit. Old school mamas was not going to have their son in there cheating on their wife with some baby. So that's that parenting problem I've been telling you all about. It goes back some generations for some. But I'm just saying, so you're at your mama house. Mama's letting it go on, so she's an enabler. So, of course, this little girl's thinking everything's fine. She's trying to get her little couple dollars out of it. She's sleeping. She's doing sleepovers, but not sleeping with them, is what she said. Now, that might be going on right now, but I'm going to tell you, a sugar daddy going to want some sugar, okay? He might not ask for the sugar right away, but a sugar daddy will want some sugar, okay? So maybe he's not doing it yet. And no, she's not a baby Bricks. You know what I'm saying. But they have a 15-year-old daughter. So their daughter is closer to the age of this woman than the guy is. That's where it gets weird. That's when it gets a little funky. When you're a dad and you have a daughter who, let's say your daughter's 21 and you're dating somebody that's 21, it's weird to me. It's just weird. Granted, to each his own, right? To each his own, but that shit just seems weird to me. So I'm gonna let her finish, but like I said, there's so much misdirected anger. She should be talking to the mom and her husband, not this little girl, who obviously don't care. She still don't care. She's 2 minutes into this. Her face hasn't changed other than to say, I already know everything you're telling me. I know he's married. I know y'all got a kid who's 15. I know where his mama house at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's worse.
I don't know.
Let's
see.
Worse. So why would you go over there? Why would you get dropped off? Why would you even get picked up? Look at this man. He's 50 years old staying with his mom. How long have you known him?
Man, this is going to have to be a topic for you and George. I have nothing.
How long have you known him?
I gotta go.
Okay, I'm warning you. Stay away from him. Not because of me, not because I'm mad at you or hate you. None of that. This man will fuck your life up.
Then why don't you divorce him? I mean, I'm just saying. She said, he's not going to leave me. So why aren't you leaving him if he's doing all of this? And you think he's a manipulator and all these other things? I venture to say that there's some holes in this story. Because if this is like his MO, this is what he does, why is she even with him? Why are you wasting your time, lady? It's a waste of your time.
I'm warning you. I seriously am warning you. He will fuck your life up. Stay away from him. He's no good. You are too pretty to be fucking with almost a 50-year-old man. I know my husband of 18 years. Don't let him fuck you up. Stay away from him. And who's Katrina? Who's Katrina?
Man, I don't know Katrina, but I know we got.
I'm telling you right now, stay away from him. Just stay away from him. Let this man prove to you, if he likes you, wants to be with you, let him show you the divorce papers, because it's not going to happen.
See? You just said because it's not going to happen. So you already don't like the guy. You don't trust him. You call him a manipulator. He's all types of words, but you're going to stay with him. So you are also an enabler, ma'am. You're enabling this behavior by continuing to stay as it's continued to go. You already named somebody else named Katrina. Like I said, it's misdirected anger. At this point, she needs to be angry at herself, not the young lady, but the wife. You standing by and letting this man do all of this. You letting his mama set him up in her house so he can do all of this. Like, you might want to walk away from that situation. Just a thought. Just a thought.
He's fixing to go to my house right now. That's where he lives. But why would you want to do that to yourself? But why? What could he offer you? What could he offer you? What makes you think he could offer you something? Why am I worried about it? Because I got a 15-year-old daughter. I got a 15-year-old
This is confusing me.
that was supposed to go to that house, but she didn't because of you. So I'm telling you, stay away from him. If you don't want your life to get fucked up, I'm telling you, if I see you again, I'm going to warn you right now, you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. And
But what is she, or it sounds like she's threatening her. I'm very upset with this clip. I'm very upset with this clip. Because one, there's misdirected anger. Two, this lady shouldn't even, and I'm not big on divorce, but if this is what you're dealing with, the guy's got 19-year-old girls, he's sleeping with them at his mama house and all that. Hey, nobody will be mad at you for walking away from that. So go ahead, walk away from it. Why are you over here antagonizing this young lady who probably just got enough money to get weed and cigarettes all week from this guy? She did her job. Now, I don't know exactly what they did or didn't do. She said they didn't actually have sex, which could be possible. Older guy, maybe he wasn't really about all that. He just wanted to take a nap and have somebody around that wasn't his wife. Like, I don't know any other way to say that, but everybody needs to pay attention to this. There's so many angles of BS in this that need to be purged. There's the wife in and of herself. She's filming this. Why aren't you filming you confronting your husband about it? If you want to film something and put it online and make somebody look goofy, because you're making yourself look goofy right now. You got the Uber driver waiting. He's being nice. I'm not that nice. I'd have pulled off. Second you leaned up in my window, I'd have rolled the window up on your elbows. It'd have been just like that. And I'm out of here. Because when I got to go, I got to go. So I don't have time for you to talk to this young lady who has done nothing wrong, in my opinion, as an Uber driver. You're going to get the hell out my window and go talk to your husband and get up away from me. So I'm wishing the best for this young lady, because I also do believe that that's kind of weird. But maybe she's got some daddy issues. Maybe that's why she's with this older dude like that. I believe that there's something more to it as far as what this young lady is receiving. She's not just hanging out in the sleeping bag with this guy. Like, he's probably paying a bill or two. Maybe he got her, I would say he got her a car, but she's in an Uber, so maybe he paid for an Uber. I don't know. You know, Bricks, I feel like you. I kind of want to see what the wife looks like, but I feel like I would pass judgment by having a physical view, because then I would just compare the wife to this 19-year-old girl who I'm pretty sure is a little tighter and riper than the wife is. And it just is what it is. That doesn't mean that she's, not a pretty woman. I'm just saying this younger version is most likely going to have an advantage as far as looks. I don't know. Now, truth be told, in no reply, you are correct on that. Younger women do like older men. It's normally like that. Most times when men and women are together, if one is older than the other, it's normally the guy is older than the. There are situations that are the reverse, but more often than not. Oh, Sebastian, you're not seeing the chats because you're probably on the horizontal feed. Yeah, you're over here on the horizontal. On the horizontal by yourself. I'm sorry for that. For whatever reason, everybody wants to watch this in vertical, and the screen looks so much better in the horizontal thing. So much more space, not everything packed in. So, Sebastian, the link is at the top of the horizontal. Just click that. That'll bring you over into the other joint. All right? Because I want you with the people. But I run the horizontal, just in case somebody happens to be on a desktop or on the TV or tablet and wants to watch the full HD version of it. But seems like everybody comes in to the vertical stream, which is fine. I just like the fact that y'all are here. So the question I have for you guys is, who's to blame for this situation? Me personally, I think there's like 3 or 4 levels of blame. But the most important piece is this woman is talking about her husband who has this, I guess, reputation of doing things with other women. And she's not talking about going nowhere. So he's going to do it again. She'll be in somebody else's Uber window having the same conversation with Katrina or whoever else shows up. But I think this woman needs to just, I get it. You got a 15-year-old kid. Maybe y'all need some counseling or something. But if this is normal and this is what you know about your husband, then maybe he shouldn't be your husband no more. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I'm not big on divorce, but in certain situations, it's like, what else can you do? If this person is not honoring the marriage over and over and over again, and you keep letting them do it, they're going to keep doing it. So you can't expect, because you talk to this little girl or this young lady, let me say it that way, because you talk to this young lady, that all of a sudden your husband's going to stop messing with her. Like, he don't care. I'm going to tell you right now, he don't care. That's why he's not in the video, because when she tried to video him, he was like, man, I don't care. And that was the end of the video. He walked off. I don't know for a fact, but I'm just saying that would have been way better content, and I'm imagining that he doesn't care, especially if his mama don't care. If your mama don't care, if I brought some other person other than my wife to my mama house, I'm not making it through the door. And my mom's would be like, who is this? And no, they cannot come in here. Sit your ass on the porch. If that. You might say, get the hell out of here and not even be on the porch. I know my mama. She's not even, this wouldn't go on for 2 seconds where I could bring some woman to her house. And she knows I'm married and she knows my wife. My mom would call my wife. Like, that's exactly what would happen. She would pick the phone up immediately before I even got in there and make the phone call. So I blame the moms for letting that shit happen. I blame the husband for making promises he wasn't planning on keeping anyway. I blame the wife for letting him keep doing the shit over and over and over again to the point that he has a reputation for being like this. So I'm going to venture to say this guy must have a lot of money. He's got to have some money, because a broke dude can't do all this. Like, a broke dude would get left pretty quick, and the little 19-year-old would have milked him for every cent he had anyway. So there is so much BS in this that I just got to let it go. I can't do it. Can't do it. I just can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it, man. I don't know. Y'all feel how you feel. But me personally, 19 is not a baby. I get it. But I'm saying she's young compared to a 50-year-old man, and that in and of itself is weird. Because they have a daughter who's almost the same age as that young lady. So it's just out of pocket for me. I get it. Everybody else feels different. 18 is legal. Okay, I understand that 100%. What I'm saying is this guy's married and he's 50. So he's married and old, or older. Let's say older, because 50 is not old, but it's definitely older. So I don't know. You guys out there messing with them little youngins. If you're not married, then do what you do. Do what you do. If you're 50 years old, go ahead and get your groove back, or whatever they say. But as a married 50-year-old, you crashing out over at mom's house so you can get some side cooch. That's like some 20-year-old shit. That's not no 50-year-old shit. So I would venture to say that he must have some money or something, because it doesn't sound like he's a good guy. He couldn't even drive the girl home. He had to send her home in an Uber, meaning he either didn't have a car or he didn't feel like driving her ass home. Either one is a problem. See what I'm saying? So, anyway. No reply. It's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know. I get it. Like I said, anything more than, to me, more than 10, 15 years apart, it starts to get weird. Especially if the older party has children who are close to the age of the other person. Now, if you don't have no kids, then I'll leave that up to you. But when you have a child who's around the same age as that person, that means your kid has more in common with this person than you do. Your new girlfriend will be best friends with your daughter. Like, that's just weird, okay? Just weird. I'm not saying you're not allowed to do it. I'm just weird, okay? If y'all can handle it. But you know what? I get it, though. When people are separated, they're still technically and legally married. And I've seen a lot of situations where a person who's separated from someone, they don't want to have nothing to do with that person until that person is like messing with somebody else. Then all of a sudden it's my husband and da-da-da-da. But, you know, before then, they weren't even trying to talk to the dude. I've seen this before firsthand. So I do agree with you. There's probably a chance that they're separated. But she did mention that the guy was coming to the house with her that night. I guess their marital home. So I'm going to leave it alone. I just think it's messy. I think that the lady has misdirected anger and she should leave the 19-year-old girl alone and focus all that energy on the husband and the mom that's enabling it. That's just my 2 cents. All right? My 2 cents. All right, where's my other joke? Let's get to the next one. Since we're talking about parenting issues here. I didn't mean to spend that much time on that one. I didn't think it was going to take that long. I thought everybody would just be like, oh, that's weird. And, you know, we wouldn't have to have a discussion about it. But y'all never disappoint. Y'all never. I love it. So this next one.
A 9-year-old is accused of bringing.
Since we're going into this parenting thing, a 9-year-old kid. Hold on. I got to segue this correctly. This is a WTF clip. And anybody that's new to the channel, over here, WTF stands for, well, that's Florida. Okay? So apparently, in Florida, there is a 9-year-old who was arrested for bringing a peace be still to school. Now, 9, what are you, 4th grade, 5th grade, 4th grade? Something like that. So let's just say a 4th grader brought a piece to school. Now, if that's not a parenting issue, we'll get into it. We'll get into it because y'all know how I feel about this. Know how I feel about parenting issues. So let's see what we got here. Let's check the story. Can you imagine being arrested at 9 years old, though? Like, your first arrest was 9. I'm pretty sure this kid's future is going to have some rickety spots in it. If you're getting arrested by the time you're 9, I'm going to imagine that by 19, you'll be looking at some real time. That's all I'm saying. But if you have a gun in the house that a 9-year-old can get, take, and leave with, parenting problem. So let's see what these parents did or did not do in this situation.
A 9-year-old is accused of bringing this loaded gun onto a school bus this morning.
Ocala police say the boy hid it in his clothes. Other kids on board saw it and said something. That bus was on its way to College Park Elementary School in Ocala. And that's where we find Fox 35's Marie Edinger live tonight. So, Marie, police say that boy swiped this gun yesterday.
Right, and brought it on the bus this morning. That bus was only a half-mile away from the school when police say they finally stopped it and got the boy and the gun off. That is how close a call this was.
The Ocala Police Department says the 9-year-old resisted them at first, but eventually admitted he took this loaded .38 caliber revolver from a, quote, relative's secured bedroom on Sunday. Students on the bus saw it and reported it to the bus driver, who called police. We spoke with a parent who said he heard about it on the news before the school sent out this alert.
We were still on the road coming back home from dropping them off. I would have turned right back around.
Police say the boy told him he'd hid the gun in his clothing before he got on the bus Monday, and that he was showing it off to other students, but didn't intend to hurt anyone. But it isn't the kid's intent that has people worried. It's what could have happened.
He's showing it off, meaning he's playing with it. A misfire. Innocent person. Dead.
Police say the 9-year-old broke 7 different laws he could face charges for. Possession of a firearm on school property, possession of...
First of all, he's too young to really get any real charges. The parents need to be getting these charges, okay? Simple. It's simple. The parents need to be getting those charges. Look at this. A 9-year-old elementary school kid got a 38 caliber weapon on him. Loaded. Not just no empty situation. Loaded weapon. Oh, my God. Where are the parents at? That's all I'm saying. I need the parents.
Carrying a concealed
them.
firearm, armed burglary, grand theft of a firearm, disruption of a school function, and resisting arrest without violence.
And it's sad because I'm 43 years old. When I was in school, I never heard of a gun at my school, ever. And it seems like now it's every day.
Parents we spoke with have been praising the school bus driver and the kids who reported seeing the weapon.
And I know today and the stigma, and it was when I was a kid too, you don't tell on people, you're a snitch. Tell. Keep your friends safe. Keep your family safe.
I hear you, bro.
The Marion County School District echoed that sentiment in a statement saying, parents, please consider this an opportunity to discuss with your students the importance of making positive decisions that have good outcomes. We're grateful our students saw something and said something.
Parents.
Police say this is still an active investigation. They have not said yet whether the adult who actually owns that gun could be criminally charged. Live in Ocala, Marie Edinger, Fox 35 News.
Hold on, wait a second. Wait. You said the adult that owns the gun, not specifically the parent that owns the gun? Was this just a random person at the house? What are we talking about here? Now, I appreciate Albon put in the chat there that in Maryland, the parents would have faced charges. I believe that is the same in Florida. I could have sworn we covered that in a recent episode about the change of now they can hold parents liable for basically anything their kid does. The parents is going to get a charge along with it, whether it's negligence or reckless endangerment. Like you leave a gun out for a 9-year-old, that's reckless endangerment. Like there's all types of charges that whoever owned the piece should be facing. Whether they're a parent or not, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't their parent, then their parents were not watching who the hell they got around the kids. You see what I'm saying? It still comes back to a parenting problem. A 9-year-old bringing a loaded gun to a school, an elementary school. And he said, oh, I was just showing it off. Really? What else were you going to do with it once people got tired of looking at it? You're going to fire it. Whether it's at someone or up in the air or whatever, you're going to fire that pistol. You're going to fire that. That's all I'm saying. So I don't know if they've enacted that law just yet in Florida, but they need to. They need to. We got all this new law-abiding stuff going on. We got Trump sending in the National Guard to places and all that. At minimum, we can start charging some parents with some of this shit. There's no reason a 9-year-old should be able to swipe and remove your pistol from your place. Go outside, get on the bus. Like, did you not kiss the kid goodbye that morning and see he had a pistol sticking out his hip? Everybody on the bus did. Sebastian Palega, thank you for the super chat. He put in there, the parents need to be charged with neglect at least. At least. I think that's fair. But nowadays, I think they want these kids to be wilding out. I think that's what they want, so they can lock them up. Because they're always going to need some people in the jails. They're always going to need some inmate labor going on. So let's get them started early. 9 years old, we'll give him a couple of charges. He'll have a little juvie record, which I don't know if you can charge a 9-year-old with some of this stuff. Because he can always claim that he's too young to make the right decision. Shouts to Sonny Bricks with another super chat. Bricks is giving it to him. Bricks is the official sponsor of the show today, too. Because he started out with a $20 super chat as soon as we got on. Before I even came on the camera, there was a super chat notification. I said, who is this? It turned out to be the wonderful Sonny Bricks. And I want to give a shout to Sonny Bricks. That's been my man, 50 grand since I was 15 years old. I'm a lot older than 15 now. And I've known that man ever since. We were college roommates and everything. He's still supporting. I appreciate you, Bricks. I really do. This applause is for you. Don't think I don't realize and recognize the real ones. All right? But nonetheless, so I'm going to get off of this story, but I'm just going to say my piece here one last time. This is a parenting problem. It's not a problem with the kids. Everybody keeps, the kids are this. No. Take it back to the root. Take it back to the tree that this fruit fell from, and let's start dealing with that. Maybe we need to chop that tree down because it's producing bad fruit. And if you don't know how to secure your damn weapon, you shouldn't have one. If you don't know how to secure it against a 9-year-old, you shouldn't have that weapon. You don't deserve it. Simple as that. Freaking negligent. I hope they get all the charges. I'm gonna follow this story up because I don't like hearing shit like this. And then the kid's too young to get any real charges, and then they don't charge the parents. Then what do we get out of this? It was a close call, and that's it. And I don't think that the child might. I can't say the child won't do this again. I don't know. Just my take on it. It's just my purge of the bullshit. All right, we're moving along now. So I got one. This next one, though. If you love police officers, if you're a police officer lover, you're not going to like this next video. Because there is a guy in this next video that makes that blue uniform look really, really bad. Okay? Really, really bad. Bring this over here. Really bad. So, probably Florida too. Oh no, it's Massachusetts. This is a new one. We haven't been to Massachusetts before. We haven't been there. We've been in Detroit a couple times. California. We're going to stop by California after this. But this person, they're saying that the guy became suddenly incapacitated. I think it was drugs. I don't know. I'm going to let y'all see the clip, and then y'all can tell me what you think about whether or not this is drugs or maybe the guy was tired. I don't know. I don't know, but this is interesting. Check this out. So we got Officer Moosegruder over here. Officer Moosegruder right here. He is apparently conducting a traffic stop, and the person who he stopped called the police on him. Check this out.
Look at him. Look at him.
Oh,
look at him.
So,
high as fuck.
How is it?
High as fucking on the job.
Like I told
Gonna
you.
come and deal with shit.
No. Like I told you, you're coming off a double and you got in a bad back.
That's
so
right.
relax.
That's the Percocets.
Call your sergeant right now.
That is.
Call your sergeant.
That's the perk.
Call your sergeant. Call your sergeant. I want your sergeant here. I have my rights to call a sergeant here. So call your sergeant right now.
All right, we're gonna
call your sergeant. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
They are
protecting him. What's your name?
What's my name?
Okay.
Officer Sapinski.
And what's your name? Probably don't even know. Can't even speak. Nope. No, this motherfucker's high.
No, he is
Look at him.
straight nod. No. Look, I'm going to say this. The other officer said the guy just worked a double, and he also has a bad back. That second piece, the bad back, is where I said, well, maybe he's rolling a little bit on some Percocets or something like that. But maybe you shouldn't take all of that right before your shift as an officer with a weapon on your hip. Just a thought. Just a thought. Maybe you shouldn't do that. I think they have a warning label on those kind of pills that'll say you probably shouldn't be driving and basically doing anything off of these pills. So, but he is definitely skagged up, Al. He's skagged up. I know skagged up when I see it. He might as well be on the streets of Baltimore with the mean lean going on. That joint right there, when they do that lean, they're just that's what he's trying to stop from doing. But I don't think he can help himself.
Gonna lose your job, motherfucker. Gonna lose your job. Gonna lose your job, motherfucker. Look at him. Look at him.
Jesus.
Gonna lose his job. Gonna lose his job.
All right, the guy filming is getting on my nerves, by the way. I don't like him yelling right now. His voice is annoying. You're making your point, bro. You don't have to keep yelling about this guy losing his job. He probably will lose his job. But if he's got some type of medical condition and he had to take some pain medication or something and it's got him rolling like that, he'll be all right. They'll let him keep his job. They'll just be like, hey, you can't take 3 of those no more. You got to take 1. And stop cracking them down the middle so that they release faster. Don't ask me why.
Motherfucker coming to the job, trying to correct me. Yup. Look at him. Call your sergeant. Call your sergeant. Yeah. Trying to protect his boyfriend.
He looks a little better now.
I would be ashamed of having him as a partner too. I would. Fucking disgrace.
All right, so at this point, what's the traffic stop continuing for? Like, why are we still here? Did you write the guy a ticket, or what are we doing? They're just standing there looking at him, giving him more time to talk shit to this cop. And what if this cop feels like he's being threatened? What if he decides to pull his little hip thing and fire it off? Oh.
Disgrace, bro. This guy. Look at this guy. No.
You guys go leave. Come on.
No, I want to talk to the sergeant.
There's no sergeant.
I want to get him fired.
Yeah,
he's going to get fired.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Come on. Joseph,
Yeah.
come on, buddy.
I want
We're
to talk.
all talking.
And come at me
We're all
wrong.
having a good time, buddy.
He never
Come on.
came in on you.
Nobody's
He's doing his
disrespecting you
job.
or
He
nothing,
came
buddy.
in.
He definitely tightened up a little bit. I don't know what happened between the first clip and this clip, but he definitely don't look as bad off. Maybe they gave him some Aquafina or something. Got him rolling a little bit better. Maybe maybe they took him in the car and gave him a bump. Not going to say that exactly what that is if y'all don't know, but it seems like he might have just took a bump. Because he is definitely not in the same state he was 30 seconds before when this guy was filming. This guy's standing,
Look at this guy.
chilling.
You guys go leave. Come on.
No, I want to talk to the sergeant.
There's no sergeant.
I want to get him fired.
No,
he's going to get
Buddy,
fired.
he's fine.
Yeah.
Come on. Joseph,
Yeah.
come on,
I
buddy.
wanna
We're
talk.
all
Yeah,
talking.
Joseph, come
at
on,
me.
buddy.
We're all having a good time, buddy.
He
Come
never
on.
came in on you.
Nobody's
He's doing his
disrespecting you
job.
or
He
nothing,
came
buddy.
in.
Come on, buddy.
It's funny. It's funny.
Such a civil issue.
No.
Close the door on him.
Oh, let's go.
Close the door. No.
He rolled
Why
the
you
window
touching me?
down.
Don't touch me.
You're in my personal space.
I'm
Let's
not
go.
in your personal
Yes,
space.
you are, man.
You're
Let's go.
protecting
Let's
your
go.
buddy. No.
Let's go back
Nope,
to the
you
house.
can arrest me for this.
No,
Go right ahead.
I can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Look at him. Look at him. What you do, buddy?
What?
What you do?
What do you mean? What I do? I didn't do anything.
Did you shoot up? Too much shrooms?
Okay.
Or something? What's wrong, buddy? Too much to drink on the job? Nope.
Now you
And
just
you can stop touching me.
antagonize him.
Don't fucking touch me.
Listen, you're in
Don't
personal
fucking touch
space.
me. I'm not in your personal
You
space.
just were.
Why? Because I got your buddy fucking high as fuck?
No, because you're actually in his personal space at this point. Like, if there is nothing else going on, you need to get the hell out of there. Apparently, you don't have enough black friends, Joseph. Because they would have told you, hey, you got the first part on film, it's time to get up out of here. Because if not, they will come up with a reason to lock you up. You're impending an investigation, assaulting an officer, like if you touch them by accident. If you happen to lean on the car, they'll say you tried to damage police property. They got a list of easy charges to throw at people when they don't do what the police are asking them to do. Resisting arrest without violence, that's the other one. So you resisted, but you weren't violent. You didn't want to go, but you went. So this guy needs to get the hell on at this point, because now he's annoying me, and he's definitely blowing this other officer's high.
I told you, he has a bad back and he worked a fucking double.
Oh, yeah, that's why he's acting like that. You should
Shit,
stop
yeah.
trying to push up on me, bro.
I'm not. I'm standing right here.
What's your name and badge number?
I already told you. Officer Sapinski, my badge number.
Sapinski. Officer Sapinski. So nonetheless, I feel that these are probably not the best officers, but they're not locking this guy up. And I've definitely seen people get locked up for less. And they're still standing there. So that's why I'm confused as to why is this interaction continuing if nobody's getting arrested and nobody is in like a traffic stop. Like what's going on here? Sebastian Polega said he could be having a diabetes situation, low blood sugar. You know, that is possible. That is possible. Now, in terms of how that guy looked, he was pretty slim. Not to say that slim people can't have diabetes, but he doesn't look like, if he does have diabetes, that he's got to go through the same trouble as a larger person with diabetes. I think the guy probably took some pain medication, like Percocets or Oxys or something that was probably prescribed to him. And if you don't know how those things operate, or you take one too many, it will change your ability to stand. Okay? So I don't know what's going to happen to this cop, but I will say this. The guy filming it is getting on my nerves because you've already made your point. So just take the film, keep it moving, take it to the station, talk to the sergeant there yourself. They're not calling nobody for you. So at this point, walk away, keep your footage because they didn't take your phone, and you go handle your business elsewhere. And at this point, you're just antagonizing the police, and it's fortunate they didn't snap off and hit him over the head for being too close to them. I know when I get this close, you see this shot right here? If I'm that close to an officer, they're going to put me in the cuffs. If I'm a bigger guy, maybe this person was smaller, not as formidable, but I know for a fact, if I get this close to an officer with any type of attitude or heightened speech, I'm going to jail. If not going in a body bag, because they were scared for their lives. So this guy's fortunate. I'm gonna be honest. He's fortunate they didn't respond like that. But we'll see what happens. Okay, No Reply gave us some facts in the chat here that the officer was placed on paid administrative leave. And it looked like it was a medical issue. So they're trying to get a medical clearance. In the world, all of a sudden my AI is talking. You hear? Keisha, be quiet. Thank you. Anyway, yes, my AI's name is Keisha. Okay, well, one of them. I have an AI named Keisha. Keisha just be talking some quiet. But nonetheless, so paid administrative leave. I don't know. Do you guys trust having having officers on the street that are on prescription medications? Do y'all trust that? Me personally, I don't. I think if you have that kind of issue, you shouldn't be on the street. Because what if you got to chase somebody down or save a baby or something and your back is already thrown out? Can't save the baby. So you're not as useful as an officer at that point. So you need to go sit your ass at a desk, get one of them little joints with the little lumps on the back thing where you're sitting on your chair and it's got the little wood lumps on it. Get one of the massaging things, something, but you need to sit your ass at a desk. You don't need to be out on the street if that's what your situation is. And this other officer obviously knew that this guy was hurt. So his injury is not something that wasn't known. So he could have easily asked the captain or whoever, hey, I'm not feeling up to being on the streets. Can I, do the desk work for a little bit? Maybe go to the school and do the school resource officer thing for a minute. Or maybe even the traffic control where they sit in front of the school with the lights on so people don't blast through the damn school zones. There's a lot of things they could have done other than having this guy out on the street. That's dangerous for not only him, but the other people that are out there, because if he's not right in the head because of his medication, he might grab the pistol instead of the taser when necessary. So I'm sure this guy got a paid administrative leave. And even if he gets fired from this department in Massachusetts, somebody else will hire him. I guarantee that. Somebody else will hire him. So, do with these guys. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there, guys. We're getting there. This next story, this one is actually pretty interesting. The other day, my wife and I were watching, I watch a lot of clips and content, news stories, and this really interesting police chase came up from California. Now, a lot of people...
All right, everybody,
a lot of people don't know that California has apparently the most high-speed chases of all U.S. states. I don't know why that is. You can only go so far west, so you got to come back east eventually when you're in California. But for whatever reason, there's always a police chase going on in California. And I've seen some pretty good ones, I'll be honest. I've seen some where the guys got away, and I've seen one where the people haven't gotten away. But this one, the way that these folks get away is what I want to talk about, okay? So I'm going to let you see a couple pieces of this. Okay, I'm going to do this. All right, let me bring it on over. I'm trying to make sure I got the right part because it's two pieces. There's two pieces to this story. There's the original chase video that I was watching with the wife, and then there was a follow-up story that just happened yesterday. So I want to cover them really quickly, okay? Thank you, guys. And once again, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're hitting the like button. We're about to purge this BS on these LA police. Well, not the police per se, but what's going on in LA. All right, let's check it out. Now, we are not going to play this whole clip. It is a 25-minute clip. But the first 2 minutes or so, you'll get the idea of why I'm playing.
All right, everybody, we are coming to you once again live from the KCAL News Studios. Look at this incredible pursuit happening right now. Our Mike Rogers monitoring it from the desk. Mike, this is a stolen car pursuit, a stolen vehicle pursuit. Where is it?
So, right now we are in a riverbed. We're in the Rio Hondo River channel here, and it looks like he may be trying to get out. And Desmond Shaw is also live in SkyCal. Des, this is clearly a utility truck, and there you see some law enforcement officers on the bike path. I see a logo on the side of it. Do we know if this is an official county vehicle, or can you tell?
Uh-oh.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, he can't get into here. This is, wow. All right, looks like we're having communication issues with Desmond, but I don't know where this goes, Juan. This is a storm channel.
Yep.
And he's in there. Des, are you with us?
Oh, boy. Yeah, I got you. Boy, this is really wild. So we're in the San Gabriel River here, kind of in this little side channel where this person decided to take that's allegedly stolen vehicle in. And yeah, a storm drain. I mean, that's probably they're probably going to get that vehicle stuck in there. I mean, it's like widen out. I mean, we're way underground now at this point. That is a very, very desperate person. I mean, it could get so in there that they might not even be able to open the doors to get out. I mean, they didn't have like that much.
You guys got a lot to say, but no actual input. No actual information. Shouts to Jay Coleman stopping in as well. I see you. Appreciate you. So I'll brief you on this one because this goes on for 25 minutes. Eventually, the police decide to try to go in there. If we get to that point, where's the cop at? Yeah, so eventually the cops go over there.
The spotlights on the side, and then the floodlights on top as well. So hopefully we'll be able to figure out, if they have any eyes on them. Certainly, I can't imagine they're going to want to drive in there and
look, he's sticking his head out, Mike.
Yeah, so trying to see what they can see in there.
And they must know how deep the channel is right now for them to even risk their own vehicle driving it to this spot right here where they are pointing those spotlights in. So the water level.
I'm not going in there. First of all, if I'm an officer, hey, you got away, bro. Good luck out there. But I'm not driving up into the storm drain with the police vehicle. I'm not doing that. And I don't think this officer's trying to do it either. But just to give you a quick synopsis, they did drive in there for a second, and eventually they just backed out. And they never caught the guy. So 25 minutes of this passes. They never catch that guy. 2 days later, this other clip comes out, or this other story comes out, and references an alleged tunnel, what do we call this? I'll just bring it up. Y'all can just hear it. Check this out.
Only on Fox 11 tonight, shocking claims of a crime ring using a hidden maze of tunnels to stash stolen cars. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf, he's live in Montebello with an exclusive look inside this underground crime scene and why.
First of all, just the diabolicality of figuring out the underground tunnels in L.A., so that you can run stolen cars through them. It took some time. So I'll give them a little bit of something on that. They definitely put some thought into it, and somebody went and navigated, looked, took some time to figure out where one tunnel goes. They probably mapped the whole thing out, had a little GPS, a whole situation going. But that is what they are checking on. So a hidden maze of tunnels to stash stolen cars.
Police fear it could get worse. Matthew.
Well, Marla, it sounds like something almost out of a movie. Thieves using tunnels to hide stolen cars and then take them apart. One man says it's happening all the time. Out of sight and off the grid. A Fox 11 exclusive into the Whittier Narrows, a place one man claims stolen cars disappear. How frequently are stolen cars ending up right here?
I would say on average at least once a week.
He works along the dam and isn't showing his face out of fear of retaliation. But along the Rio Hondo is this tunnel he says is used like a...
The same tunnel we just saw in the other video, now they talking about it. So the guy in that first video screwed it up for everybody because they got it on camera that he went up in there, and that started the investigation. Because up until then, nobody was talking about stolen cars in tunnels. So because they saw this guy go in there, somebody was like, hold on, there must be something to that. Who's going to drive up into a storm drain not knowing where it's going with a vehicle? Like, it's one thing to climb into a storm drain, but this guy drove in. He knew where he was going. So the police were like, hey, something's up. So they started investigating, and here we go. So the guy with the utility truck screwed it up for everybody because now they're looking. Now they look.
Garage by thieves trying to hide their loot.
They come into the channel and they hide because they know that whether the car has low jack or not, or some sort of GPS tracker on it, once it's underneath 3 feet of concrete or soil, the signal is lost.
Just 2 weeks ago, Skyfox was above this wild police chase in Pico Rivera, where a man in a stolen truck used the exact same tunnel to get away.
For me, seeing it, it was just another business day for them.
You were not surprised?
I was not surprised at all.
We then followed the whistleblower to another spot about 1.5 miles away.
Welcome to the Bermuda Triangle, where people who want to get lost, and things they bring here get lost.
He claims these are photos of stolen cars brought here from the tunnel in
There's the truck right there. The truck we just saw is in the pictures right here. So that's definitely the same group.
Ripped for parts.
They are their own band of brothers, their own group in which they work with each other to, they barter and trade in stolen goods.
A spokesperson from the LA County Sheriff's Department tells Fox 11 the area has been a spot used by the homeless for years. Adding arrests related to narcotics and other crimes have been made, and stolen vehicles have also been recovered. Some people might think this is some sort of conspiracy theory. This is not true.
I don't know what to say about that. For myself, I just see it as plain fact.
All right, well, y'all got the point. So my question is this. Has California just gone off the deep end when it comes to police chases and crime and all of that? Do they need to send Trump out there and that crew again? I would say no. But I would say this. It took some time to build up this case. It took some time to find these tunnels. It took some time to find that truck. And they were on it in less than a week. So that means this has been going on. But until that first video that y'all saw, nobody was checking on it. So I would suffice to say that this was a pretty good plan up until they got the one dude caught on camera by the helicopter going in there. But guys, that's California. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, stolen cars in tunnels under the city. Sounds pretty cool. Sounds like a video game. I'm not going to lie. It definitely has a GTA feel to it. And you take one of them little tunnels in the GTA game. This is that. But these guys really figured something out. Now, I don't know much about storm drains, but I didn't know they were big enough to drive cars through them. Not for long. I thought they would get smaller as you go in. Because I have seen like a big, the big circular one, you can walk up in it. But as you go in, it narrows and then it gets super dark, which of course they wouldn't have a problem with because they got cars, so they got bright lights in there. But me personally, I'm too afraid of like random wildlife, such as snakes and things like that, to go up into any storm drain in the dark. I'm sorry. Call me a chicken, whatever you want to say. But this plan and the diabolicality of it, I have to, without encouraging it, I have to respect it. Like, it took some time to come up with this plan, guys. And it seems to have worked to some degree. Up until the dude with this truck got caught on camera by the police. And so now the police are all in their little tunnel, and they'll find another way to do it. Criminals are like that. You cut off one source of supply of what they're doing, they'll find another way to do it. And if they're the type of people that are smart enough to come up with this way to do it, they'll come up with another smart way to do it. But stolen cars is a big thing in California. I don't know what that's about, but in Cali, every day around 12 to 3 o'clock, I'll turn on my YouTube TV, and there's live coverage of somebody running from the police in a vehicle, stolen vehicle most times. I saw one with a Jaguar, nice Jaguar, all black with the blacked out windows, and the dude went under a bridge, hopped out the car, and let the car keep going, and the police went after the car. The guy walked off. You didn't even see him no more. I seen one where a guy went up into a parking garage with a motorcycle, and they couldn't find him. And there's only one way in, one way out of the damn garage, and they still couldn't find him. So I don't know what it is that's going on in California. I don't know if it's something in the water, but they steal a lot of cars out there. And it seems to be a thing. So maybe this will stop something now that they stopped the tunnels trafficking. But I doubt it. I think they'll just find another way to do it. But I'm going to be honest. Just for the planning alone, I'm not encouraging. I'm just showing respect where respect is due. Do not do this. If you watch this show, do not go steal cars and drive them into storm drain tunnels and start a stolen car tunnel network where you just don't do that, okay? It's a bad idea. Very bad idea. So, nonetheless, I'm done with this guy. All right, now y'all ready. Now y'all are ready. Now, I know some of y'all came in here because of the code of the streets narrative that we've been touching on to pause. And I wanted to bring this next clip up because I've been watching this whole Young Thug thing. And I believe Young Thug leaked his own recordings. That's what I think. I think the same when it came to leaked sex tapes and all this other stuff. I believe that people leak them themselves. They just call it leaked as if somebody hacked into something and stole it. No, y'all put the shit out yourselves because for whatever reason at that time you need publicity. So I believe that everything that Young Thug is doing right now is because he's got a new project out, and that's it. That's what it's about. And now he's been snitching on people. Well, they call it snitching. But there was one particular clip that I wanted y'all to look at regarding, for those who didn't know much about the case, there was a guy named Gunna who basically signed a plea deal and pretty much screwed everybody by signing the plea deal. Because everybody knows a plea deal, you plead out to something. So if their defense was that YSL wasn't a gang, the person that takes the plea deal is going to admit that they are. So it throws off the cases of everyone else. And I think that was what the big deal was with Gunna. But I'm going to be real. Guys, have you ever heard the phrase, there's no honor amongst thieves? If you don't know what that means, that basically means, how can you trust a thief? It's a thief. So even if you're all thieves together, you're still all thieves. So if you're all into gang culture and violence and all of that, how are you supposed to trust somebody who wants to just randomly kill people? Nobody wants to go to jail. That's why Gunna was like, look, I'm not trying to go to jail for all of this. Yes, we did this to Cenat. I'm going to take my plea deal, and everybody else is on their own. So I'm going to bring over the clip where he talks about it. And I'm wondering, is loyalty lost in the streets or gained? I believe it's lost. I think that the fact that the lifestyles that they're living doesn't really promote loyalty. It promotes violence. And how can you expect a loyal, violent person? Like if a person's a known murderer, it's just a matter of time before they decide that you will be their next victim if you hang around them too much. So sounds like he's mad at the folks, but let's see what he says. Those of y'all that are Young Thug fans, I'm serious though, he did come out with a project too, so it was publicity. This was all publicity. He definitely leaked his own shit. You don't get to do, unless there's a criminal investigation, the police ain't gonna be pulling all them calls and putting them on the internet and all that kind of stuff. It's not gonna happen. He leaked his own shit. He did a FOIA request for his own shit. He leaked his own shit. So now everybody's talking about him. And then right behind that, what does he do? He drops a project. Not fooling me on that one, Young Thug. But we will at least give you the moment to speak what it is. All right, let's play this clip.
When you got out of jail, you didn't help Slime at all. When you got out of jail, you didn't help Slime at all. Savage sent money to Thug. Wham sent money to Thug. Pluto sent money to Thug. Cash sent money to Thug. Drake sent crazy bankroll to Thug. Gunna didn't send no bankroll to Thug. Gunna didn't pull up on Thug mama. Gunna didn't pull up on Thug family. Gunna didn't pull up on Dolly. Gunna didn't pull up on nobody that has nothing to do with Thug. So it's no way possible you think that Elle was serious when she said, you got to get out so you can help Thug. Man, you ain't get out and do nothing to help me at all. You do an interview and say, I'm providing. How? What the fuck you providing it? What you talking about? Why you ain't put up on my mama, gave them nothing?
I mean, you did.
I'm so silent.
Hold on a second.
Man.
Hold on a second.
That nigga.
I hear what he's saying, but at that point, wasn't he already mad at him? Like, how do you expect the guy to do all of these things and you've already basically talked hella trash about him in the first place and pretty much made him look like a snitch? And, you know, this whole snitching thing is a thing. Like, seriously, how do you expect the guy to do that? I mean, but there's no honor amongst thieves, no reply. How can you expect people who aren't honorable people to have honor? It's always, the no snitching thing is bullshit. You know why? Because it's only people, the only people that say that are the ones that basically would probably dime you out anyway. I'm serious. I get, every time I hear that whole no snitching thing, well, what if somebody kills your mama? You're not going to tell? Because the street said not to? Fuck the street. You took out my mama. We got, actually, I may not say anything right away because I'd want to handle the business myself. But if the police come and ask if I saw it, I'd be like, yeah, it was such and such. I'm not going to protect you when you doing me wrong. So that's kind of how Gunna was feeling. Gunna don't have no loyalty to these people. Loyalty's been lost. Loyalty in the streets and all that shit has been lost. You're only as good as your last caper when it comes to street loyalty. Street don't give a damn about you. They just make you think that. They make you think that the gang loves you, but they don't really love you. If you do something wrong, they will take you out just as quick as the next man. So I'm just saying, he's expecting this guy to pull up on his moms and give her money and all that. Why? You talk trash about him too.
Signing me right now. I'm so
silent.
I still ain't never took $1 from him right now, and he signed to me. Ever. I still took $1. Like I still ain't collected none of my money that he owed me. Right now to this day. Never. Still. Ask him. Never. Man, that shit might be goddamn floating in the wind somewhere. I ain't even stunned looking for it. I feel like that's not godly. That's not a godly gift. I feel like the devil get gifts too. I feel like that ain't a God gift. That ain't a gift God want me to have. I don't want it. I don't want that shit. Fuck it. I'd rather die. And then the lawyers figure that shit out. Oh, he made these little $3-4 million off of Gunna music. Get this shit to a kid. Fuck that. I ain't even, bro. I'm so fucked up about that shit, bro. I'm so much of a real nigga. I still can't even be no fuck nigga. I still can't even go. That ain't even been a fuck nigga. I can't even be a businessman with this nigga. After he did what he did, I still ain't never did nothing to
You really want to forgive Gunna?
No, I don't. No, I don't, twin. I wish he did something lighter so I could forgive him. Fuck, I don't. Hell no.
You know, better not. Nothing better happen to Gunna at all, because the way that he's talking, he's going to be the prime suspect. These dudes need to learn how to shut up. Just be quiet sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Don't say nothing about Gunna. Don't say nothing about how you feel or that you're upset, because if something happens to him, then they're going to come right for you. You got the number one motive. That's stupid. He's dumb for that. But whatever.
But I done cried many nights about this shit. This shit ain't about no Wham, Pluto, Savage, man. Fuck every one of them when it come down to how I feel in real life. Not saying fuck them on no bullshit. When it come down to me making a man, because I done raised these niggas to a certain extent. You think I care about what they feel? I can't. Hell no, I'm a man. No. What he did, I would never do. That piece of paper you signed could have sent me to prison for the rest of my life. With Gunna taking that plea, was it harmful to me? Yes, 100%.
How? You out?
Because God. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it was harmful. But the way my lawyer and the rest of the niggas that stayed a part of the case, the way our lawyers worded it, because you got to think. We going in the trial saying that YSL is not a gang. Now you got Gunna and the rest of these 7 niggas take a plea and say YSL is a gang. Except Duke. Everybody else who took a plea said YSL is a gang. Now we having a meeting, all the lawyers having a round table meeting. Now all the lawyers saying YSL ain't no gang. These are the points we're gonna hit. This is what we're gonna do. YSL not a gang. This is what we're going to. All lawyers are aligned. 100%. All they have. This is what we doing. Huddle. Break. Now this nigga take a plea and say it is a gang. Now these 7 niggas take a plea and say it is a gang. Now they going back into the drawing board. Now the lawyer going to the drawing board like, well, now we talking to the jurors. First we telling the jurors YSL ain't a gang. Now we going back to the jurors say, well, Some people might say it's a gang, but we ain't a part of that part of it.
That smell. So YSL is not a gang when you're in court. It was a gang before. Everybody was talking to gang shit. Everybody wants to be a gang member until they sitting in court on a freaking RICO charge over some BS. Like, honestly, man, I'm going to touch on something really quickly before I get off of this situation. But this is that misdirected anger shit I was talking about before, right? I seen a bunch of guys, so-called gangsters, jump on the internet warning the president of the United States not to come to Chicago because Chicago got, gang members and they got switches. Basically threatening the military. Like, if y'all come here, we gonna shoot y'all kind of thing. Guys, that's very stupid. That's very stupid. Let me just be honest with you. The military, the U.S. military, y'all think y'all got guns? We are not. The U.S. military got laser guns. They got shit that'll hit you from the sky. They got drones. They got all types of things that you really don't want to play with. A bunch of street hood dudes. Y'all don't want to play with that. So why would you jump on the internet and talk about, you better not come to Chicago because we got switches and all that? You sound dumb as hell when you do stuff like that. Now you got your face on the internet saying that you're in possession of an illegal weapon. They'll use some facial recognition. They'll find your ass and you're going to be sitting in jail over that. So anybody that's playing that game, look, we don't want the military running the damn streets. We don't. I'm not with all that. I don't want tanks and big ass Hummers and stuff holding up the traffic. That's what I don't want. But if you're going to be upset about that, maybe we should be a little more upset about the crime-ridden cities that are furnishing this kind of behavior and making it so that the president can try to say, let's send in the National Guard. These communities need to police themselves to a degree. You can't be mad at somebody trying to stop crime when you're committing all the damn crime. Go sit your ass down somewhere. Man, that pissed me off. Man, they throwing gang signs and all this in the camera. Donald Trump better not come on here. Man, shut up. If you knew what the U.S. military really had, to be honest with you, they ain't even got to come to where you at. They can be a mile off and pop your skull open right in the middle of the street. So stop playing with them. Stop trying to act all big and bad and thugged out against the damn military. What you need to do is stop doing the bullshit in the neighborhoods, and then maybe Trump and them wouldn't be talking about bringing the damn military over there. We could start with that. We could start with ourselves. We don't have to worry about whether or not the president's sending some people in because there's crime. He's just using it as an excuse. But if we're giving him the ammunition to use the excuse, can you blame him? He wants to put the National Guard in the city. Y'all commit 50 shootings in a weekend, and you wonder why he thinks he should come out there. This is dumb, guys. Gang culture is old school now. That shit was cool when Ice-T was in the gangs, and Ice Cube and all them, like back in the 80s when it was kind of new. But now, you're just a walking target. If they think you're affiliated, the second they lock you up, the first thing they ask you is, are you gang affiliated? You can just be a grown-up driving your car. They ask you about gangs. They ask you about guns. So I'm going to need everybody stop tripping when it comes to anybody trying to stop crime if you are the person that's committing the crimes. So you just want them to let you keep doing that shit? Is that what you're expecting? Because that's dumb. You see what I'm saying? It gets on my nerves with that shit. They get on my nerves with that shit. I'm not going to lie. I saw them clips. I was so frustrated. And then, of course, under all of the clips, because if you go on X, X is racist as shit. Well, not X, the platform itself, but the people that seem to be on there. The platform itself almost allows too much. Meanwhile, I got flagged for using the hashtag Black Love on X. They said that was hate speech. So basically, black people being in love is hate. Kind of goofy shit is that? You see what I'm saying? So the whole thing is messed up. But first and foremost, we need to stop all of this gang culture and the code of the streets and all that. What about the code of man and humans and people? who all live here on this planet together. How about making life better for everybody, including yourself? Why would you want to be out there shooting up somebody that looks like you? I don't understand. But we have embedded this culture into our music. It's embedded in our movies. It's embedded in TV now. And at some point, somebody needs to say, okay, enough. I guess I'll be that person. I'm over this shit. I'm over the gang culture. I'm over the guns. I'm over it. If you got an album and every song you're killing somebody, is it the same person or do you have that many bodies? You're lying. You a bluffing ass. And where I come from, and the time period I come from, we don't like bluffing asses. So stop. So Young Thug, don't say nothing else. I don't think we can stop him at this point, but he needs to just stop talking. He done talked about people. He got people's names in his mouth. Nobody was even checking for Thug like that. I mean, some of us were glad he got off on the charges, but then I'm kind of like, well, what are we glad about? Because if he was doing nefarious stuff, but the RICO charge requires the gang affiliation to upgrade it, then all they were trying to prove was just that they weren't a gang, not that they didn't do the goofy shit. You see what I'm saying? They did do goofy shit. That's why people were pleading out. So I'm sick of y'all with this, man. Kona Lasay, thank you for stopping into the chat there. And I like what you're saying in there. I like it. I like what you're saying in there, because if they don't get their act together, who we really are we going to be putting out little memorials and stuff for gang members that shot at the U.S. military? No. I have family members that are part of the military that probably they don't want to go to Chicago. They follow orders because that's their job. They don't really want to go out there doing nothing. But if y'all keep doing the dumb shit, you get what you get. So stop trying to say that it's some horrible thing that people want to stop violent crime. I would love violent crime to stop. There was a woman the other day, got stabbed in the neck. She was from like the Ukraine or something. Now, granted, they talked a lot about her because she had blonde hair and blue eyes. But she's not the only one that's been a victim in the last week. Young ladies getting picked up in cars and dumped on the side of the highway and all. Look, man, we got problems. So if the military is going to come in and possibly help solve some of them problems, you know what? I ain't mad at that. I just don't want tanks and shit on the street messing up my traffic. I don't like traffic. I have a very short fuse when it comes to traffic. I road rage, but not with the car. I'm in the car road rage. I'm the steering wheel slapper. You know, that's me. So I don't really want all that going on because I don't want it to affect the traffic where I live. But on top of that, I would love if we had a society where we weren't killing each other. That would be freaking awesome. Like, that would be awesome. But you know where that comes from? It comes from bad parenting, man. It really does. You put no value on the human life, then what do you get? People who don't value human life. And all of a sudden you want to call Black Lives Matter a hate group and all that kind of stuff. Nope. These Negroes who don't have nothing better to do than hurt themselves in their community, that's the hate group, because they hate themselves. That's why they can shoot each other, because they hate themselves. Shooting at somebody that look like you because you don't like yourself. You hate yourself. So how about you take your little self-hate and go pocket that shit, go sit down somewhere, learn a trade or something. I don't know. Just anything but what they've been doing. This shit's been going on for so long now. It's like at some point I thought everybody that was mad at somebody else would be over it, right? It's not stopping. And the regular population is just out here living their lives, going to work, you know, doing their thing, power washing the house, whatever they're doing, and they got to worry about gang members. So when the guy Scott Adams in the earlier part was talking about neighborhoods with black people in it and all that kind of stuff, like I said, to a degree I feel him, but I need him to identify who he's talking about. Because just having black or brown skin does not make you a gang member. It doesn't make you part of a hate group, okay? For anybody that doesn't understand that, just being black does not automatically make you a hood nigga, okay? You have to actually complete tasks to earn that. You want to be an OG, you got to complete some things to be considered an OG. You have to survive some things. And then, in order to be an OG, a true OG, you have to come back and tell the youth not to do the dumb shit you did. That's part of being an OG, is to come back and say, hey, I know y'all thought I was cool for doing this. I wasn't cool for it, and I'm going to tell you right now, you guys need to stop doing what you're doing. But ain't nobody stopping nothing. Even Thug is on, they don't, none of them come on TV and really talk about, let's just stop the violence. They never go out to the streets and really do that. They just talk shit. And I'm over it. I'm over it. Everybody knows that it's bad. Everybody knows that it's not the right thing to do. But for some reason, every day I turn on the TV, somebody's getting unalived and shot up or whatever. This shit is ridiculous. It is. So, I don't know. Y'all can feel how you feel about it. I just think it still comes back to a parenting problem. And maybe if we address some of those things earlier on when these people were younger, then they wouldn't be 30-something years old sounding like an ignorant ass, but a millionaire or supposed to be a millionaire. He sounds goofy. Like when you talk like this, you sound like you don't have any education. You had enough money for good lawyers. You couldn't have ran that case as a pro se because you can't even read case law effectively. I'm not saying he can't read. What I'm saying is he wouldn't be able to glean the concepts correctly. How about you learn something that really has value instead of putting out more of that same bullshit music that I'm tired of hearing? And a lot of us are tired of hearing that shit. Sorry. We're tired of the mumble rap. We're tired of everybody shooting each other. We're tired of everybody supposed to be on Percocets and Mollies and all that shit is goofy. And you sound goofy when you keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again like that. So maybe, just maybe, if we get our own shit together, nobody would be worrying about Trump coming to their city because their city would be fine and they wouldn't need the National Guard or the military to come out there and calm y'all asses down. Keep that in mind. I'm all right. I'm going to go to my last story and then we're going to get up out of here. All right? Let y'all take that in one more time. Stop the bullshit. If you watch this show, if you're one of them people that's out there on the gang culture and all that, that shit is for the birds, man. It doesn't lead nowhere. I've known people that have been in it and it never led to good places for any of them. Either they were in a jail or they were in a body bag. The ones that came out of it, a lot of them turned out to be good entrepreneurs, businessmen, and even some of them became great fathers. But the point is they had to come out of that bullshit thinking in order to get to the real shit, okay? So stop with the bullshit, seriously. Ridiculous. No reply, thank you for that. I really felt bad about that video with the girl on the, I guess it was a train. She was just minding her business. Scrolling her phone. And some idiot decided that he was going to wild out and stab her in the neck. And she's gone. She was just coming from work, minding her business, man. There's good people out here just minding their business. They have to be affected by this toxic way of thinking, this lack of human values. This ain't just about black or white. This is human values. This is a parenting problem. You're not disciplining your children correctly. Like, you're not disciplining the population correctly. So you wonder what happens when they get older. They become nefarious assholes and expect everybody to just be okay with them being street gang members. Like, bro, get a life. Get a life. Drop some music that sound good, and then ain't nobody worrying about all this other stuff with you and Gunna and all. I don't even know these guys. But you're a musician, so drop some music and shut up about the rest of the shit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking to you, No Reply. I'm talking to Young Thug. He's not on the screen no more. But that was for him. Okay? But No Reply, I do appreciate you coming in with the info, as usual. So this last thing that we're going to get into, you know, I've been kind of tuning in and out of Kai Cenat's Mafia-thon. For those that know of it, it's a 30-day ongoing stream. And I thought about doing something similar, but I had to be honest. I was like, first of all, my life is not that interesting. What, you going to watch me cook dinner and, like, clean the car? You know? At best, I could probably do a stream about content creation and take you through actually chopping and really pulling this stuff, but that won't last for 30 days. 30 minutes, maybe an hour. So this Kai Cenat thing it's kind of boggled my mind because I just keep wondering, why would anybody watch someone else's life for 30 days and not, be focused on their own life? Like I would have to focus on my own life. I don't have time to tune into you for 30 straight days. If I got time to tune into you for 30 straight days, that means I ain't working on nothing. That's what that means. So, but this recent thing that came to me, it was this huge thing about a word that was used during Kai Cenat's stream. Now, I know I'm going to get in trouble for it. That's why I saved it till the end of this video. That way, if I have to cut it, it'll just cut the end and not all the cool stuff that we did in the beginning. But nonetheless, Kai Cenat and his band of buddies who are in his room, they seem to be arguing about a couple different things. But I'm going to bring this one particular clip over because this is the one that everybody's mad about right now. So I'll let y'all know, because basically the F word is used in the clip. So if you're not comfortable with the F word, I suggest you turn away now. Turn away now if you are not comfortable with the F word. All right, here we go. And the only thing, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of the stream because it's too much sausage. I hate to say it, but it's too much sausage. It's like too many dudes. At least with Streaming University, there was kind of a blend. They had some women, they had some men, they had some folks that were a little older, they had some younger people. And unfortunately, Sebastian, that's not the F word that was used. That's not what's causing all of the turmoil right now regarding Kai Cenat and his band of brothers. But like I said, the damn thing is like a sausage fest. It's too much sausage, dudes walking around with their shirts off all the time. It's not my kind of scene. Just me personally. If you're into that, if you're into dudes walking around with their shirts off all the time and, you want a sausage fest, that's on you. I don't like a sausage fest. I'd rather it be either a whole bunch of women or at least half. Or at least a third, but that third is like absolutely amazing women. You see what I'm saying? But I just don't like things where it's all dudes. Why? Because when guys are around each other for too long, we don't like each other. And because we are somewhat abrasive in our speech, eventually we're going to fight. When I was a kid, I used to go to like my boy's house. We, spend the night or whatever for the weekend. And on Friday, everything was cool. But if I spent the night till Sunday, by Sunday morning, I was ready to get the hell out of there and it was ready for me to go. Because somewhere in it, there was a debate. Somewhere in it, I beat somebody in a video game, whatever it was. But it always turns into guys arguing with each other. So this is the culmination of that. I'll let you watch.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. 30. Fuck up, faggot. Look.
Yo, come on. Get out. 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 Get the fuck out, gang. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out.
I'm going to pause that because I want you to see that everyone in the circle knew that that was a screw up. They didn't care that they used the N-word all day, all night. Didn't care that they used the fuck word all day, all night. But the second he used the other F word, everybody freaks out. Okay, I'm going to pause this for a second here. Because I have to take this in. You mean to tell me that you're more offended by someone using the other F word, as I'll call it, because I don't want to get flagged for it, than the constant use of other profanity and the N-word all day? Now, granted, to black people, the N-word has different connotations, but my point is, if you're going to be mad about people using words, why only the F word? And when I say F word, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'll play it for you again in case you didn't hear it.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. 30. Fuck up, faggot. Look.
Yo, come on. Get out. 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 Get the fuck out, gang. Get out. Get out.
See the guy jump on the couch? Like, oh my God. Like, this is the worst thing that they could have possibly done was to say that or have him say that. Really? I ain't know it was like that.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Oh yeah, 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 fucking get out! Oh yeah, get out, gang! Oh yeah, get out, gang!
Little man think he not included in that. I think is his name Rakai? This is Rakai. Rakai is like the youngest one. He's 16, I want to say. So he's a kid. But Kai Cenat just kicked everybody out. Why is Rakai still here? He's like the lady in what was that, Django, where she was like, I know you wasn't talking about me when they were telling everybody to get out. I forgot what scene that was, but that's how it's like he felt like he was, I don't want to say better than the rest of them, but like he was exempt from what Kai Cenat was saying. He said, everybody get out. So why are you still there, rolling around with your damn shirt off? This is what I'll be talking about. When guys be in the house together and it's only dudes, I'm not big on folks walking around with their shirts off. We're at the pool or the ocean or something, the beach, okay. But we're in the house. Like, we're just in the house. Everybody's in the house. I don't know what goes on in this house, but I'm just going to say, too much sausage in this breakfast. Need some pancakes. You understand what I'm saying? Waffles in this bread. It's all sausage. No biscuits.
Oh yeah, get out. 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 Oh yeah, fucking get out. Oh yeah, get out, gang. Oh yeah, get out, gang. Yo, niggas don't have no self-awareness. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong?
He is so offended by this. And like I said, I respect Kai Cenat, but it's the level of offense for that word being used in the way it was used. And honestly, the way it was used, it was more like the N-word. It was kind of like they were just talking shit. So I don't really think that it should have been what it was, because it became this big thing that they're using hate speech. That's what they used the term. They said that they're using hate speech on the stream. But they can say nigga, 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 nigga all day and night. That's not hate speech. You can call somebody the B word all day and night. That's not hate speech. But if you call them a homosexual, I'll say the actual term that seems to be getting people upset. Now all of a sudden we're all offended. People are falling out on the couch. He's talking about niggas don't have no self-awareness, man. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, I get it, but come on, man. Yeah, you get it. You get it, no reply. And you see why it's on Purge of the bullshit, because that's bullshit. You could say nigga all day. I'm not saying he couldn't have said, hey, and like paused it, you know, like slowed it down. But the fact that he was this offended, he kicked everybody out. Talk about they don't have no self-awareness. Well, how about we become a little bit more aware of the other bullshit that we're allowing? Because there was apparently Rakai put like $30,000, tried to get a hired hitman to take out one of the other guys because they were talking shit. Nobody seems offended by that. Yes, that did happen. You can go check all the clips. I'm not going, twitching them. They probably will hit me with something. I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make is he's more offended about somebody using the other F word in passing, I'll say it. Because he was talking like a New Yorker, and if you understand New Yorkers, sometimes they say shit that just is part of the language. It doesn't mean, it's not meant to offend, per se. It's meant to just say the damn phrase. I'm with you, J. Coleman. I miss the 90s. I miss the 90s when you could just say stuff, and yeah, some people might be offended, but it wasn't this whole like, oh my God, you used that word. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Like, he freaked out over that. And if you could see some of the clips from the stream, you would be like, and this is what got you freaking out? Not all of the other things that are said and done on the stream, but no, this particular one. Where's the other one at? This one right here. I'm gonna play this one, then we're gonna get out of here.
Ex-Talil!
Wait.
Ex-Pugos! They were a Moso!
Wait,
He said
calm
that
down.
for people to kill me.
What does he got?
He literally said that.
What do
Do you think that's me? Yes or no?
Say the most
Yes
crazy
or no?
shit to
Yes
you.
or no?
You said murder for hire on me. You said you.
I
I tell you
never
every
said that. I
day.
never
You
said
money
that.
was whipped to him. So you didn't tell that. You didn't tell that.
First of all, you too close, man. This guy comes up to whisper something in his ear. I guess it must be another word that he can't say. But yes, that's what he said. This guy apparently hired someone to try to take him out. So I'm going to let this play out. But I think we should be more offended by this shit than that other.
So you didn't tell Dad you didn't tell Dad you was gonna put murder for hire. Stop lying. I said that because he's murder for hire. Lying, bro. Don't lock the for that right now. Stop doing that.
Gang, that's weird, gang.
Stop doing that. You literally said that,
gang. Never said that.
You just say crazy shit.
No, I never said that. And I
only said that
because
you now you only said that because what?
He always said I said
See how calm Kai Cenat is right now with all of this going on, with them talking about hired hitmen and everything. He has no issue with that. But the second that guy used that F word, it shut the whole situation down. Not talking about murdering each other. No, that's fine. We call each other niggas all day and talk about murdering each other. That's not a problem. But the second you call each other the F word, now we got to shut it down. It just seems misplaced. Hey, shouts to Sebastian Pelega for the super chat. Put in, a Boston person wouldn't survive on this street because that is their favorite word. And he's right. Because I've heard this word used a million times. I grew up in a time period where it was something you called people. It was a thing. But that didn't mean, it didn't have anything to do with your sexuality per se. It had to do with you being a punk, like you being soft. That's really what it was about, you acting soft. So when we used that term, it wasn't hate speech. It was just people talking. And sometimes certain words, they come out. But I just don't understand why he's so calm when this guy's literally admitting to hiring someone to try to kill the other guy. No problem there. He's like, guys, you got to calm down. Calm down. Calm down. But the second he said that other word, y'all saw what happened. I'll let this clip finish.
I put $30,000 on his fucking head because he said he gonna kidnap me.
And I said, fuck up.
You said that in the car.
You put $30,000 on my head. And I'm going to kill you right now. If you put $30,000 on my head. Talking about nothing. A nigga said that? Nothing. You said you gonna put $30,000 on
He said he's gonna kill me and kidnap me first.
Punga said that the whole time.
Say that.
Pungas?
Words about my life. He said that first on my mother's life to it first. And you even called your man saying, "Oh, yo, tell me how I get." So 2 weeks ago,
All right, so we get it. The point is, I think our offense is misdirected. And I've seen this a number of times where there's something will come up and everybody's jumping in the air and talking all, oh my God, I can't believe this is going on. And meanwhile, there's 10,000 other things that we could be focused on. I don't like the way that these gentlemen are interacting with each other at this. I appreciate streaming. Like, I remember when Kai Cenat stream was just Kai Cenat acting wild and doing dances and stuff. That's fine. But at this point, I don't want to see guys in bonnets and with their shirts off and talk about they trying to kill each other. This is dumb. That's dumb. And Kai Cenat it looks like he's getting tired of the shit. Because honestly, we need some more substance in these lives. In their lives. Why would you hire someone to try to take someone out that you work with and then have a conversation about it? But nobody's offended by that. Nope, no problems there. But don't call each other the F word. So shouts to Kai Cenat for trying this thing. I feel like he's probably at the end of his rope with some of these folks, but now they're all popular in their own right. So he's kind of got to keep them around. Now, I give him that because I do appreciate that he's looking out for young brothers like himself. But this shit ain't going nowhere. At some point, this trend will stop. It'll be something else. The IRL streaming will be over with. Kai Cenat will get old. He start having gray hair. His hairline will go back. His dreadlocks will be crazy. I heard he's getting his hair cut if they hit 1 million subs on Twitch. So, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really tuned into every episode. Or not every episode. Every hour of this thing. I've tuned in, tuned out. I tuned in for a couple minutes, tune out. But these clips came up on X because everybody was upset about the F word. They're not upset about black people killing each other every day or them two young ladies that were missing and recently found. No, nobody's talking about that. Or at least they're not talking about that. They're talking about killing each other, basically. So they're doing the same shit the street guys are doing, just on a stream. There's no difference. It's not productive, gentlemen. And if you could, Rakai, please put a freaking shirt on when you're talking to me. Because I know you think you're all built and cut like that, but guess what? I don't really need to see you running around chest out and there's nothing but dudes around and y'all in the house, everybody looking like they just got out of bed. Like, pause, but it seems like y'all might be a little closer than we see. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave it alone. Leaving it alone. Like I said, Sebastian, you get it. And everybody in my chat, I know y'all get it. Y'all get it. I'm not saying that I don't like Kai Cenat. What I'm saying is he now has a position where he can help people. And I think that he needs to do so. I think he needs to talk to these young brothers, get them on track, because they're starting to become, to me, a little bit embarrassing. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to, who to talk to. And Kai Cenat gets money from this. So if these guys say the wrong thing on his stream, he loses money. But the funny part was the only wrong thing that could be said was the FAG word. None of that other stuff was inappropriate. The talk about murder for hire, that wasn't a problem. None of that? Okay. Y'all see what it is. So nonetheless, let me get my shout outs out so I can get to the remainder of my day, because as usual, I got shit to do. As we all should. If you're waking up and you're not being productive, if you haven't accomplished anything every day, then you're wasting time. Because we're running out of time. That shit ticks every day. Tick, 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 tick. And it's ticking down. Every day you wake up, you're a day older. You're one day closer to your last day. Every day. So maybe if we started treating our time and our resources like that, we would be a little bit more focused on building up the community, not just the black community. I'm talking about the United States specifically, because that's where I live. Not taken away from any other countries, but I don't live there. I live here. So I would love to not be worried about somebody unaliving my son on a Friday night because he's at a party. Like, I would love them to. I remember we used to fight the fair one back in the day. It was wrong to jump into a fight. Like, if two dudes were fighting and another person tried to jump in on one person's side, the other people would remove the extra person. That's the time I come from. We used to shoot the fair one. We used to schedule it. Like, all right, 3 o'clock at such and such spot, it's going down. Me and you. And then everybody would show up to watch those two people duke it out. It was so much more respectful. And at the end of it, everybody lived. And most times, the people who were fighting became friends because they respected each other for the fact that they even went through that together. That's the world. You want to talk about make America great again? That was great. That was great. When we weren't so worried about killing each other. And that's all we could talk about in a rap song is how many people I done killed. That is the dumbest topic. You sound like you're confessing you sound like you're snitching, is what it sounds like. And I thought we were supposed to be no snitching. No. So I don't know what it is, man. I really want. Yo, no reply with the info talking about the Kai Cenat situation is probably run by a homosexual Jewish J person. I can't say I don't see where that might be a thing, because most guys, like if I was the producer, I would be like, yo, we need more women in this show. We need more women. Guys don't like to just watch dudes all the time unless they're watching football. And even then, there's a reason why there's cheerleaders on the field. Men prefer to see women. Well, straight men prefer to see women, okay? at minimum. I don't know about the other guys because I'm not one of the other guys. I just know about the straight guys. Straight guys prefer to see women. So I think they should add that like they did in Streamer University. But then there was a lot of drama with that because then the dudes start competing over the women. So then they start like doing stuff to each other in front of the ladies because they're trying to win out the ladies. So it does have a negative to it as well. But at least there's some eye candy to look at. And that makes everything better. Eye candy makes everything. Okay? Sorry. Hey, they can say it, sex sells, whatever. I'm just saying I don't want to watch Sausage Party. Not for 30 days. I've seen like one woman on there. That's it. So, anyway. Like I said, man, the 90s was all right, man. You know, I don't know what people think about the latter 90s once the crime bill came out, Clinton crime bill and all that happened. Things changed at that point. But between the late 70s and the 80s, you had crack come out. But by the 90s, we were talking about self-destruction. So nobody was for that game of destroying their community. People, even our major artists, would come out with songs to, you know, heal the world, all that kind of stuff. That's all from back then. Michael Jackson, everybody, and We Are the World, We Are the Children, all that kind of stuff. They don't make shit like that no more. Because at this point, it's like a lost cause. It really is, man. It really is. So y'all can say what you want about, well, what are you talking about, Make America Great Again? You know what? My 80s and 90s was all right. If I could go back to a time period, that's the one. That's the one. Before we had these damn cell phones dictating our attention. Like, if you can't, most people can't even come away from their phone. Like, if their phone is somewhere, if you leave your phone in the house and you're just going to the store real quick, like right down the street, you're like, oh my God, I left my phone. So what? You're going to be back in like 5-10 minutes. What are you going to miss? But most of us will have to turn back around and get that phone. We'll have to go back in the house and get that phone. I do certain things on purpose to myself to remain grounded. One of those is I leave my phone places, or if it cuts off for a minute, I don't cut it right back on. Like if it dies, I'll plug it up so it charges up, but I don't turn it right back on. I'll let it sit. You know why? Because when I do turn it back on, the notifications go butt naked crazy. Ding, 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 ding. All this stuff they want me to look at and waste my time staring at all day. When at the end of the day, they know what they're doing. It's just to advertise to me and get my money. And have me totally numb about what's going on in the real world. Well, we're not numb over here at Purge to be. We're not numb. We know what's going on. That's why we talk about it. So, see, Sebastian, you get it. I leave my phone on purpose. People are like, why you leave your phone? Because I'm tired of people thinking they have 24-hour access to me. And it's not just people. I'm talking about the advertisers, whomever. I have do not disturb on my phone after certain hours. I don't want to hear no notifications. Don't nobody call me but my mama and my wife. But at that time of night, I'm probably with the wife anyway. So she would need to call me. And maybe my kids. Other than that, you can't get through to me after like 10 p.m. Because I just can't do it. I cannot be connected to this technology constantly. It's meant to help me, not to be me. But a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't get it. So let me get up out of here. Special shouts to No Reply, of course, stopping in the chat with all of the good information. No Reply, you are working on a wrench around here. Just keep that in mind. Thank you for your support as well. You've been very helpful. Shouts to, got to give you your gong. And of course, Sebastian Pelega and Jay Coleman had stopped in. Who else we got in here? Of course, the lovely IAMZ. And of course, my Sergeant at Arms, Al Bond. Kelly Corinne was in early. And Kona Lasay, I think is the way to pronounce that, was also in. So thank you guys as well. And anybody else who just happened to pop in and you're sitting on the side. Or if you popped in, I saw you and I forgot to mention your name. It's nothing personal. And a super special shout to my man, Sonny Bricks, who's on with me on the Saturday panel. He came through earlier, dropped a couple of super chats. I do appreciate that, Bricks. I really do. But for everybody else, Today Tuesday? Tuesday. So we'll be back on Thursday with more BS to purge. And a shout to Purple Groovy. What's up, Purple Groovy? I didn't know Purple Groovy was in there. Normally Purple Groovy's a little more vocal. So shouts to Purple Groovy. Shouts to everybody that's in here, man. Y'all have been great. Thank you for supporting the show. Continue to do so. Make sure that you check out the Discord. I want everybody that can be on the Discord to be on the Discord. We have it here. Trying to bring the link up because I forgot to put it in there. You know what? It should be. Okay, I can't do that right now. I ain't got time for it. So catch the next show. The Discord link, I think, is also in the channel links. Like if you go to the main channel page for this channel and they have links in there, there's a Discord link in there. Get a chance. Hit that. Join the Discord forum. We're just really getting that started, but I've already gotten 2 or 3 really good clips sent to me from audience members that have made it onto the show. So that's really what it's about. If you guys see some BS in your areas, might be local to you, you bring it to the Discord, it can make it onto the show, we can discuss it. So I appreciate you guys, and I really, there's really not much more to say other than if you are not out there working on doing some good shit, then you already know that, my friends, is the bullshit. Yeah. Peace!